Welcome students in my new tutorial, and today I'll be teaching you how to create tables in database. So first of all, I'll just search here LibreOffice base. So after typing Libre, I could see here LibreOffice base on the top. So I'll just click upon that. So I'll just zoom it. Welcome to the LibreOffice database wizard. So this is the LibreOffice database wizard. And from this wizard, the first option, creating a new database. So we have to create a new database because we have started a new tutorial and first time we are doing database. Then open an existing database file. So we will not click on this because earlier we have not made any file. So we click on create a new database, click on next. Do you want the wizard to register the database in LibreOffice? Yes, register the database for me. Click on finish. It will ask the name to store, means name of the database. So I am just giving the name as customer and I'll click on save. And as I click on save, you could see here on the top, the database file is been saved with customer.odb. ODB is the extension of database file. Now you could see here 4 components of database. So this is tables, queries, forms, and reports. So step by step, we'll be learning each and everything. So firstly, we'll learn how to create the tables. So I'll click upon tables and you could see under tasks, 3 options are there. Create table in a design view. Use wizard to create table. This means that step by step, wizard helps us to create a table. So first of all, we will use this option only. So I'll click upon this option and table wizard dialog box comes in front of me. First option is select fields. Select fields for your table. This wizard helps you to create table for your database. So this wizard actually simply it helps us to create table for our database. So after selecting a table category and a sample table, choose the fields you want to include in your table. That means it is giving you some sample tables. From there we could select the fields according to our own choice. In under category I can find business and personal. And under personal, plenty of you could see options are there. And from there different fields are available. But just now I'll be clicking upon business. And from business I could see customers because my database is also named as customer, so I am clicking upon customers. So here are the sample fields. So from the sample fields, firstly I want to select customer ID. Here you could see 2 options are there. If I click on the bottom option, this option I am speaking, it will shift all the options, whatever the available fields towards right side. That means under selected field, under selected fields. But just now I don't want all the fields. So what I'll do, this option where my mouse cursor is, I'll just click and it will shift all the selected fields again back to the available fields. Now, one by one, I want to select the field from here. So firstly, I'll be selecting customer ID. I'll click here. So it is under selected field. Now I want afterwards the name. So I'll click upon, okay, last name or first name. Okay, first name I'm selecting. Then I want to select city. If I can find city, yes, city is also available here. And then phone number. And at last, I want to select address. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fields I have selected. Then I'll click on next. So now in this step of table wizard, the second step, set types and formats. That means the type of data we have to select. Set field types and formats. Customer ID. So customer ID by default it has taken as integer. This also I'll explain about after explaining you how to create a table by the help of wizard. So here the field type is integer. Okay, by default it has taken integer. So just now you don't have the knowledge of data type. So firstly I'll explain you, then we'll change these field types. Simply for you I can explain you that integer means taking numbers. Okay, auto value. Auto value means automatically it will take the values, but I'll select as no only. Then entry required. Under entry required, if I click on yes here, that means I can't leave the area vacant. That means I have to fill the value here. So what I'll do, I'll click on yes. By default, it has taken the length as 10. Okay. We can't do any changes in this in the integer. By default, it will take the value, maximum value till 10. We could take less also. Then I am selecting first name. The field type is text where character. From here, I want to do little changes. I want to delete first. Only name is sufficient for me. Entry required. Yes, I need entry. So if I'll click on no, that means if I'll not fill the data here, nothing will happen. But if I'll click on yes, that means it is mandatory to fill the data. Length 50 characters. I can make it little less. I don't think so. Name will be too lengthy. I'm making to maximum 30. Then city. Yes, I want the entry. Text where character. Phone number. Phone number. I want number only. So for the number, I'll choose here mm, numeric. And here it allows us to change. So I'm making it into 10 digit. And entry required. Yes. And here I can change to mobile number. Then address. Text where character, entry required. I'm clicking on no so that you should know the difference. That if I don't click on yes, what will happen? Length 200 characters, it is more than enough. Then, so I have set all the field information. Click on next. Create a primary key. Regarding primary key, I have explained you earlier. So you know very well what is a primary key. We actually set a primary key on a unique field where repetition is not there. So I don't want to click on automatically add a primary key. I'll set myself. So I'll click here, use an existing field as a primary key. Field name, I'm selecting customer ID because this will be the unique ID. Then I'll click on next. What do you want to name your table? What I want to name my table. So suppose customers info. Suppose I have given this name. And then congratulations, you have entered all the information needed to create your table. What do you want to do next? Insert data immediately. That means in datasheet view directly it will take and it will ask to insert data immediately. Modify the table design. If again I want to change the design of the table, create a form based upon this table. So I'm clicking on insert data immediately. Click on finish. You could see here it is in datasheet view. It allows me to enter the data here. Okay. Suppose I'm writing here customer ID 101, name KKK, city, suppose Kalka, mobile, any number I'll give, address, Suppose I am giving 45 ABC Mohalla 102 JJJ City Pinjore, any mobile number. Then address, suppose here I want to leave empty because there when the requirement was there, I click on no. That means it's not mandatory to fill this field. If I click on next, it will take. But you will see I can't leave other fields here. Customer ID, name, city, and mobile number. For example, here I'll I'll not type anything. I'll click on tab. You see here what the error is coming. Error in setting a new record. So now I'll fill suppose HH Parvanu mobile number. Rest all the fields I'll type. This also I'll feed 44 Kalka, and again the error will come. Error in setting a new record. Attempt to install null into nullable column. That means I can't make this column null. Null means without entry. So I have to fill the value here 103. Now it will take. And I have also proved here that if I had made the entry while designing the data type, and at the bottom the requirement was there whether you want to enter the data yes or no. So I made it no here. So if I'll be leaving this data field empty, nothing will happen. One more field I'll enter. This field also I'll try. See again, error in setting a new record. So here also I'll enter some number. This I'll leave empty. It has saved whatever the values I have entered. So now I'll close it. You could see here under tables, customers information table is being made. If I'll double click it, so just now whatever the values I have entered, it is already there. So I'll close this one. Here also closing option is there. I'll click on close. Now I'll go to design view of customers information. Right click, add it. So this is the design view. So what it means that whichever field we have selected, it is showing the field type here. If I'll click it here, it is showing what type of fields are available. So firstly, I'll explain this also before completing. Table I have already completed with you. Now I'll explain you what it means, field types. So directly taking you towards the notes. Yes, data types. The nature of data to be entered for various fields are of different types. It means simply the data which is to be entered for various fields are of different types. See, sometimes we need data for entering the names, that will be text, and sometimes we need numeric kind of a data. For that, field will be different. For example, names are stored in the form of text, obviously, and age in numbers. And if we have to enter fees or marks of the student, that will be in decimal numbers. And date of birth in date format. So you know in database when we are creating the tables, we have to enter different type of data, and according to that the data is categorized in different types of fields. So data type refers to the different type of data that will be stored in that particular field, and the memory size of the field varies according to its data type. Some kind of data type will take less memory and some kind of data types will take more memory. Memory means, I'll show you here. Suppose this is a memory of a computer. If your computer is having 16 GB. So whenever you are storing something, it takes the space there in the memory. Some data types will take more. Even if you play the game on the computer, watching movie, it all stores, everything stores on your temporary memory, RAM. The memory size of a field varies according to its data type. One data type may take less memory and other data type will take more memory. Some commonly used data types are described below. Text data type. The text data type is a combination of letters, numbers, or special characters. Yes. If we are taking text data type, it could be alphabets, numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, or mix up of both, like in addresses. But one thing you should be clear that we can't do any arithmetic calculations on text data. Now, examples of this kind of data is PAN card, number, name, etc. The table below lists various data types. Just you should have a little idea about all the kind of data types here. Memo, data type long var character. It stores up to the maximum length indicated by the user. That means the maximum length of data which user wants to enter in the table. That means table inside the database. In that case, that user will take memo as a data type. It is used to store some descriptive data having more than 255 characters. More than 255 characters. Memo data type allows to store data up to 64,000 characters. 64,000 is a huge number. Okay. That means next one is text fixed character. Stores exactly the length specified by the user. If I need to enter 10-digit data, which is a mix up of numeric and character. In that case, I could use text fix if only it is of 10 digit. Character data type is used to enter fixed number of characters. It could be used for license number, passport number, numbers of, as they have fixed number of characters. Then text var character stores up to specified length. The number of bytes allocated depends upon the number of characters entered by the user. What it means? Suppose we have taken the var character as 50. That means it could store 50 characters. But while using, the address is entered by the user is up to 20 characters. I'll give you the example. Suppose var character, the 50 is been set that it could take 50 characters. But while entering the data, suppose I have only entered A, B, C. That means only 3 characters it has taken. So that means from the memory, it will only take the space of 3 bytes. Rest 47 bytes will be vacant. I hope it is clear. Numeric data type. Numeric data types consist of numbers. The numbers can be integer or real numbers on which any type of arithmetic calculations can be performed. It means if we have to perform the calculations upon the data, in that case, we need numeric data type. Examples are 10, 34.8, 90. You could take any examples. In that examples could be in subtraction also and positive numbers also. So numeric data types, a tiny integer, data type tiny integer, range of the numbers is 0 to 255, minus 255. That means till 255. Small integer, the range is more, minus 32, 768 to 32, 768. The same case integer, range is more, big integer, even the range is more than number, unlimited range, decimal, unlimited range, float, yes, real, again the range is too big. So you should have little idea that what kind of data type is numeric and what kind of data type is alphanumeric. Then currency data type. The currency data type indicates the monetary values can be stored using currencies of various countries. It could be the currencies of different countries. For example, rupee is also, dollar also. Examples are shown. Then date data type. This data type is used to indicate dates and time. For example, 12/25/2019. So firstly the month is there, then date is there, and then year is there, and then time is also there. The data and time can be stored in various formats. Table 9.3 lists various forms of date data type. Now, another table, various forms of date data type. Date, time, and timestamp. It stores the year, month, and day as it is stored in the system. So, what date is doing? It stores the year, month, and day. What time is doing? Stores the time of the day as hour, minute, and second. Timestamp stores date and time information at once. I hope it is clear. Time is only used to store the hour, minute, and second. That means only the time. Timestamp stores date and time information at once. Everything. Next data type is Boolean. In Boolean data type, there can be only two values, either yes or no, true or false. So simple. Binary. The binary data type is used to store digitized images and sounds that comes as long strings of 0 and 1s. If we need to store digitized images and sounds, then we have to store that kind of data in binary type, binary data type. So example is being shown, it is possible to store photos of the products or employees or sound snippets or voice messages in base database. I hope I am clear and you have got the basic information about different type of data types. Now I'll take you back towards the database. So I was here, and from here now you could easily understand that customer ID field type, and it could store, it was selected as integer, the numbers, name as text var character. Okay, plenty of data types are there. We have taken text var character, city as text var character, mobile number as numeric, we could take as integer also, and address as text var character. If the address is too big, then we could take memo also. So I hope this is clear to you. And once again, I could show you when I'm selecting address, see where default values, okay, I have not given a default, length is 200, entry required is no. That's why if I don't add any entry, I'll show you once again. If I'll close this here, while entering the data, here under address, if I don't fill any data, no error comes. And I've showed you the reason. So you have learned how to create a table by using the wizard. Just try to make one or two tables so that you should have the proper practice. So my tutorial is becoming little lengthy. So with this, I'm closing this tutorial. And if you like my explanation, then please do like, share, and comment. And also subscribe my channel if you have not subscribed it earlier. Okay, bye bye. Take care. Meet you soon in my next tutorial.